slow, let it go. Fuck. All right, it's reading for Aries for October 2024. Bored as fuck, so I'm finna do these readings. All right, for those that know, I start off with a card from the Damon Tarot deck, and also the Moonology Oracle deck. Shuffle just a little, they're already shuffled. I'm gonna pull one card from these decks anyway. Barrett. Barrett is the card. First card being pulled. Let's see what Barrett has to say for Aries. Page 2. Barrett, focus on material gain, but beware of greed that can turn to dangerous motivations. Focus on material gain, but beware of greed that can turn to dangerous motivations. And to the Moonology card, Full Moon and Leo. That's funny because this card is kind of just like already laying there, and I shuffled it up, and I was like, let me shuffle it like this to give this card a chance to come back out. If it did come back out, and sure the fuck enough, it came back out. Full Moon and Leo. 4 is your number. Aries, 4. Don't let pride get in your way. Full Moon and Leo. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all your relationships. The attuned to the moon, Aries, is be magnificent without being plain too much. Be magnificent without being plain too much. So you guys know, I am also live on YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel, Crowned King Tarot, on YouTube. Alright, so here we go. If you know, you knew I use the Wildwood Tarot deck. I have a little deck and I have a big deck. They're both the same deck, but I use the big deck to lay out the main energy in general, and then the main energy for the past, present, and the future. Come through with the little deck and clarify the past, present, and the future, and also come through with a summary for each section, and then one more final card from the universe. One more final message from the universe using the big deck. So what you do, what's up? I do tarot. I do what I'm doing. This the main energy, the green man in reverse, 4 in reverse. This is about being ungrounded, you know, something being taken away from the pot, something being removed. Not really, it's not so much about not running your empire, it's about not really running your empire accordingly, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of maybe possibly about overstepping boundaries or something to that extent. I don't know, but I'm gonna do all 12 zodiacs, so let me get through this. You go the past, the present, and the future. In the past, you got the 2 of Stones in reverse. This is about not fighting yourself on something, you know what I mean? Not taking the opportunity to really contemplate, to kind of see where things are gonna go, or something to that situation. In the present, we got the Ace of Bows, you know, and that means like not really making a decision, not knowing whether to go forward or back. From the look of the past, it's just like kind of like putting yourself in a predicament and being stuck, you know. It's the beginning of something, it's the start of something. It's just like, okay, well, you did something, and now it's just like, okay, what happened here? You know what I'm saying? What came about in this? What went right or what went wrong? Whatever it is, it's just like you being stuck, contemplating on your next move. And mind you, this is all just kind of just like perception right now, what I see. You know, once we clarify, all of this can change up. Coming to the present, I mean to the future, we have the seventh card, the Archer. You know, this is about holding on to your strength, holding on to your power, which we would expect Aries to do. You know what I mean? And about moving forward and going towards what it is that fulfills you, what it is that you desire. Okay? So in the future, according to, you know, the way things are panning out, you know what I mean, it actually look like it may be some positive. You know, according to the Moonology Oracle card, it's just about not letting your ego get in the way of your decision making, your choices, and possibly you don't. Going to the past, let's clarify with, oops, sorry about that. You got the Six of Stones, the King of Stones in reverse, and the Four of Stones, all earth energy, accenting this Two of Stones. You know what I mean? It's all earth energy, all earth energy. This is about abundance. You know what I'm saying? Things going your way, things going great. But this is about not being a leader of the pack, which is not really an Aries type energy. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to Aries energy, Aries is just like the leader of the pack. You know what I mean? And this is about protecting something that doesn't necessarily. It's like a false sense of protection. It's like kind of like finding fool's gold and holding on to it like, ooh, this is valuable. This is fool's gold. You know what I'm saying? In this past, it's really just about doing too much. It's really just about being headstrong. You know, it's about seeing things from all sides. You know what I mean? It's just like you came across something and you just see all these possibilities, and so you acted. You know, Aries, fire. You know what I mean? It's all about action. You acted upon it. You know, but I kind of feel like you might have acted upon it based on somebody else's perception, based on somebody else's judgment. You know, and they got you. It's like a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean? Like you jumped on a pyramid scheme or something like that. You know, I kind of really feel like this might be a situation where you kind of put all your eggs in one basket. And mind you, this is the past. This might be a situation where you put all your eggs in one basket and kind of had to come back around and start all over again. You know, which makes sense with this general energy being the green man. It's not about you, green man in reverse. It's not about you not running your empire. It's about you not running your empire accordingly. I think you might have taken your abundance, invested it into something, whether it could even just be a person. You know what I mean? Because that's an investment as well. To this is witchcraft. That's wonderful. Anyway, I can see somebody you know, and when it comes to investing it in a person, you know what I mean, just kind of just like going all in. You know what I mean? Just taking everything it is that you know, everything it is that you feel, and everything that you love, and investing it into this one person. You know, and these things just kind of just backfiring on you. You know what I mean? You being competitive, you being as competitive as you are, just being the Aries in general, you just go all in because you feel like you know what's right. You know what I'm saying? Even though, once again, you're going off somebody else's perspective, somebody else's perception with this. You see? You're going off somebody else's perspective, and that's where you're going wrong at, is going off this other person's perspective, because they're telling you, you know what I'm saying, I'm sweet, I'm lovely. Or it doesn't have to be a person. It could be an you know, some other kind of investment, a financial investment or something to that extent, you know, and it's just telling you like, somebody's telling you like, look, Aries, this the move, this for you, you got this. You know what I'm saying? This is you, Aries, this is you. You know, and you just kind of just like, this is me. This is, you know, I can see where that fits in at. And at the end of the day, it's really got you protecting fool's gold. It's really got you protecting something that's, the fools say, come to Jesus found. Don't get me started, man. Jesus is my brother. Anyway, this he had you protecting something that seems worth something. I remember being a little kid, you know, digging through the rocks and shit, finding the little fool's gold rocks, and just thinking that it was worth something. Like, ooh, this sparkly got gold all on it, it's worth something. And I take it to my dad, pops be like, that's fool gold, son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just holding on to it like, this nigga, he don't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? It's popping. We about to be rich. I got this gold, it's cracking. You know. All right, let's go to the present right here, because now you in transition. Now you present. You know what I mean? And I really get the feeling, I get the intuition that this is all about just learning a lesson. You see what I'm saying? Because there was something in this past beyond following off somebody else's perception. It's something beyond that. It was something in your ego, something that had you headstrong. You know what I mean? And thinking that this was it, this is it. You know, this is going to work out for you. But in all actuality, don't really seem like it work out for you. You know what I mean? And right here in this present, it's like Aries come back to its own mind. You got your 6 of arrows right here, your 9 of vessels, and your 8 of stones. The 6 of arrows right here is about transition. It's about going off from things that you know into things that you don't know. You see what I'm saying? And even though it's, you know, once again, this is another 6. This started out with a 6. This is another 6. You know, I still kind of feel like, even though it's about going from things that you know into the things that you don't know, going to the dark with the things that you don't know, I feel like you still transitioning from something that you don't know into what you know, but you don't know what's next. You know, you went to this transition. You know what this did. You know what this situation over here did to you. You know what I mean? And so now you're trying to move on from that into not knowing what's next. You know, and that's really what it is just not knowing what's next. And then you got this 9 of vessels, the universe getting involved, and this is about generosity, you know, giving of yourself. You know, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of just leaves me at a little bit of a loss. You know what I mean? Because now you just, once again, you in this transition, and I said that when I first flipped this main energy for the present, that you are in transition. You don't know whether to go forward, whether to go backwards, so on and so forth. So now you just kind of just in limbo in this situation, and the universe is causing you to give more of yourself instead of just falling into this slump. You see what I'm saying? But eventually you kind of fall back into it. You don't really fall into no slump. You kind of go to the drawing board, and you start again. You start focusing on your skill. You start focusing on what's next. You start focusing on the things that you actually know. Just like I said, you go from what you know to what you don't know, but you go from what you know about this situation into not knowing what it is that's next for you. All right, if that makes sense. And this is something ongoing. You know, this is taking time into this future when you looking for your power. When you're looking for your power, you're taking your strength and your fulfillment and going after what it is that you know. So now, just reading back, just going back, especially with this future card coming up. Let me run this by you. Got the 8 of arrows in reverse, the 9 of vessels in reverse, and the 7 of stones right side up, back up to that earth energy. All right. So just going back, just to recap real quick. And to make this make sense for me, the situation that you was in before is everybody telling you that it's good, you know, that it's going to work out for you, that it's something special for you, you know what I mean, whether it be a relationship, a job, an investment, you know, just something. It's all investment in your time, you know what I'm saying? It's all investing in your time. I wonder if I can block this part. I get to you, Mr. Boutibo, whatever. I get to you, fam. I'm gonna block you. So you're listening to many, you know what I mean? And it's like in this transition of going from what it is that you know into what it is that you don't know, it's almost like you still following this path, and the whole time you're unsure. At this present time, right now, you're unsure about what it is that's going on, you know, and so you go back to the drawing board, you start working on it because you've just been giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And at the end of the day, there's no reciprocation. There's nothing that's really coming back to you the way it should be coming back to you. So here you are, really, truly struggling. You see what I'm saying? You're struggling, and you see that, you peep that, then you come back around to yourself, like, you know what? I've been taking for myself. I've been taking out my own pot, and it's time to do something for me. You see what I'm saying? And this is the future I'm talking about. Getting back to yourself and actually healing. You know what I'm saying? And coming back to doing things for you. But in this process of doing things for you, you lose these other entities, these entities that you thought was telling you the truth, these entities that you thought were there for you and helping you. In all actuality, they weren't helping you. They were damaging you. You know what I mean? And the universe caused this situation for you with the universe, this universal number being right here in the middle of this whole reading. The universe was causing you to learn this lesson because it was like you didn't know any better. It was almost like couldn't nobody tell you nothing, except for this group, this crowd of people who were telling you. And once again, you being Aries, being so headstrong, once you got it in your mind that this was the thing to do, that this was the thing that was right for you, you was going with it. You were running with it, and you were absolutely fine with it until it put you in a predicament, and you had to go back to the drawing board. You had to put everything to the side. For a lot of you guys, I really feel like this is a relationship-based situation, really just based on this card right here. You see a hand on the wall, and that for me that symbolizes love. And this is you, after you giving of yourself, giving of yourself, and not reciprocating back, not getting anything back. You know what I mean? You began to put love to the side, and began to focus on you and what it is that you need to accomplish, what it is that you need to make happen, what it is that fulfills you, and what it is that you desire, and going into the direction that you need to go. That's one beautiful thing about Aries, is that you're not going to tolerate much. You know what I mean? You're not going to tolerate much that's not necessarily going your way. So, that's too many cards. That was too many cards. It would have been 3, would have been in there. It was like 5 cards. So, let's recap real quick. 1, 2, 3. Past, present, and future. In the past, you're running towards something. Yes, you're running towards something, that may not necessarily be any good for you. It seems stable, you know what I mean, and it's the start of something good to you. You come to the present, it's the exact same card in the exact same way as the main general energy. Now you realizing that you're taking from yourself is very ungrounded. It's very, very, it's not demure. It's not, it wasn't very cognitive of you, you know what I mean? You weren't really thinking in this situation. You were taking from yourself, and once again, you was running your empire. You just wasn't running your empire accordingly the way you should be running it, and then coming into the future, you got this Queen of Arrows in reverse, and this is really just you being humble at the situation, you know what I mean? Not really attacking or anything like that, just taking the time to really heal from the situation, from the things that are going on with you in this arena, especially if it's a relationship, the ending things and finding out that you've been playing yourself for a fool, being headstrong for the wrong things in life, it's going to cause some sort of damage, and maybe you need to take that time to heal, especially once you realize that you've been taken out the pot, once you realize that you've been taken from yourself. Let's get a final message from the universe, and then we'll go back over the Moonology card and the Damon Tarot card. This right here is about basically removing the demon. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily a demon like exorcist type shit. It's removing the bad guy, removing the bad person. You know what I mean? It's all cards on the table, and realizing what it is that's going on. The fox thought he was clever. The fox that thought he was going to get the gingerbread man. You got the gingerbread man for a second. You know what I mean? But now the gingerbread man, before you start crossing that river, jump onto the fox nose, and the fox eats you up all the way. You escape from that situation. You get away from that situation. So just know that for you Aries, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a struggle. Being headstrong, knowing too much. You know what I'm saying? Don't know too much. That's really the lesson in this situation. Don't know too much. You know what I mean? Follow your own mind. Follow you. Follow what works for you. And things should pan out for you. And if not, if you are listening to others, which is not very Aryan, you know what I'm saying? That's not very much what Ram would do, what an Aries would do. You guys really kind of just run on your own accord And the moment that you take the time to fall up under someone else's accord and let somebody else tell you what's right for you is the moment that you do it around. You kind of just bump heads. You know what I mean? And things start going alright for you. Saying things start going wrong for you. Let's get back to these. Don't focus on people. Focus on material gain. Ain't that what they said? Focus on material gain, but beware of greed that can turn to dangerous motivations. Turn to dangerous motivations, and don't let pride get in your way. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people that are around you. This will help all your relationships. And the attuned to the moon was be magnificent without being plain too much. Anyway, I hope that worked out for you guys. Appreciate you stopping in for the reading. Got a couple likes, a couple little loves. Love that. Appreciate it. And up next, I will be doing Taurus. So I'll log out, man. Log right back in. Love, light, peace. Blessings. Holla at your boy.